Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the Jackbox Party Pack 3, grabbing the Feels Good to be a 5 achievement. This is going to be done in Trivia Murder Party, and it is to answer 5 trivia questions in a row. You could do this with one player, however, I recommend the more players the better, because that will increase your opportunity and chances of survival, because when we get to killing rounds, you can just kill off all the extra players and leave one person alive in order to get the achievement. So you're going to get your first question. What you can do is you can hit the pause button, so hit start, and that should freeze the timer, which should give you infinite time on your devices. And what you can do with this infinite time is just Google the answer. So just hit up your favorite search engine and just look up the answer. Granted, not all answers are searchable, so if you get a question that's not able to be searched, just restart the entire game, because you'd rather start from scratch than get like 3 questions in and just mess up. So keep that in mind. Just Google the answer. If it's not Googleable, just restart the game. Once you have your answer, make sure every single player answers correctly, and you want to keep this going as long as possible until someone hits 5 questions. So you are going to do that. You could do this for the first 2 questions without any problem. So question 2 is going to pop up. Get your question. If you could search it up, and make sure you answer it. You don't want to be guessing, especially for these first 2 rounds, because this is when everyone has a chance to be able to survive. So just answer those 2 questions, and then we should be 2 out of 5 of the way through. Alright, at the end of round 2, you are going to be introduced to the killing floor. This is going to be a random mini game that can either kill off your opponents. However, if you get fingers, that means you have to cut off one of each player's fingers, which means you can't answer one of the multiple choices. So for that, make sure each player selects a different finger. That way you have at least 4 other players that can answer the next question correctly. So for example, we are in question 3 right here. As you can see, player 3's finger has been cut off, so you can't answer that question correctly. So unfortunately, player 3 is going to get killed off right here. So with that in mind, once you get to player 3's killing floor, if it's a floor you could survive, you can also lose, but it doesn't really matter since we got the last question wrong. Player 3 is out of the game. Just do whatever you want with that player. So question 4 here, same thing. As you can see, player 2's finger is missing, so we can't answer that question correctly. So player 2 is useless to us right now, so you can kill him off in the next killing floor if you really want to. Your goal is to keep all the players who have streaks going alive. So for player 2 and 3, we don't matter if they get pulled into the killing floor. Just ignore them and keep the other players alive. Once again, if you have more players, the longer you can keep player 1 or whatever player you're trying to get the achievement on alive. So we're going to question 5, the 5th and final question. We managed to keep players 1, 4, and 5 alive. So we're going to answer this correctly, and if we do, we should pop our achievement. Once again, make sure you use that search engine to guarantee yourself a victory. And that should be 5 questions, and we managed to get that with players 1 and 5, and you should be able to get your achievement. There it is, 50 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.